Makerfield pivot. Good morning, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching as always, it is appreciated. Reform UK have been humbled. Reform UK understand that they are not inevitable and they can be beaten at the ballots in the red wall. This is a positive, this is a great thing for people who are right-minded or right of centre, and we're going to get into why in this video. Now the first thing I need to do is I need to remind everybody that this is the Restore Britain candidate that they're putting forward. Very strong candidate, her name is Rebecca Shepherd, and everyone's going up to campaign for her up in Wigan. That's a very, very positive thing, and it's a great choice for the people of Makerfield. And now we've got this person from Reform UK. I mentioned him on yesterday's video. His name is Robert Kenyon. He's a local guy, born and bred in the area. He's a local Reform councillor. He was their parliamentary candidate in 2024, I believe. He's a plumber, a real one, not like the one who's been elected in Gorton and Denton. He is ex-military, ex-NHS, and he's a local grafter. All of this is positive. I think this has all been done because Restore Britain are now a thing, and Reform UK lost the Gorton and Denton by-election, in my view, because of their arrogance. They assumed they could import one of their talking heads from down south into the seat, and I'm aware Matt Goodwin was born in the area, but he's a southerner. Anybody up north can look at Matt Goodwin and say he's a southerner. Appearances matter, perception matters, that is the vibe he gave. Alan Partridge vibes. Alright? They've learned from that mistake by the look of it, and they've also learned that they need to put actual local people, viable candidates, locally. This is all good. And you may say, Damien, Cheshire, you're a Restore Britain member, what are you talking about? Competition's good for everybody. Competition makes you perform better. Competition makes you put your best foot forward, so you win. This is why it's a good thing. It's going to be a real fight now between Reform UK and Restore Britain, two genuine candidates. I'm going to get into some specific videos now, so we're going to get to that. So the first video is the Reform UK video for their parliamentary candidate, which I'm going to play now.
Born in Makerfield. If I was elected, I'd be the first person born in the constituency to become MP. I don't think any MP that's ever stood in Makerfield was actually born in the area. I'm a plumber, gas engineer. I've done that for a long time. I did my apprenticeship when I was 18. I love being a plumber. I do enjoy it. It's hard, but I do enjoy it because I do take pride in the work. I don't know, it gets me a bit emotional sometimes thinking that there's a chance that I could be representing people in Parliament, because it's a massive honour, and people will be thinking, hang on a minute, he serviced my Bible last week. Labour and probably the majority of the other parties have got career politicians, you know, they go to private school, to university, they get a job at a think tank, or they're an assistant to an MP, and then before you know it, they're parachuted into somewhere they've never even visited to stand as an MP. Now, they might know the system, they might know how politics works, they might know Westminster, but they don't know the area or the people, you know. You can read a book about something, but you'll never understand it until you actually do it. For Andy Burnham, Makerfield will be a stepping stone, but for me, it's the only place I've ever wanted to represent. People in this area, in this constituency, have been taken advantage of for far too long, and it's time to take a stand. The Makerfield constituency deserves a local champion. You have got a voice, make that voice heard on June the 18th in this Makerfield by-election, and go out and vote for Reform UK.
Slick, well edited, on point. I could have done without the backing music, it was far too cheesy, gotta be honest, but it's good. Now, this pivot, that's right, this is a pivot that Reform UK have done. This isn't organic, this is them having to pivot. They've not done this by choice. In my area, my MP Sarah Poachin, she's a good MP, she's on point, she's articulate, well presented, and comes across very well, but she was parachuted in, and she is an ex-Tory. They tried the same trick again in Gorton and Denton, and the people in Gorton and Denton didn't fall for it. So parachuting people in who are local-ish, again, my MP Sarah Poachin's not from Runcorn, she's not from Helsby, she's not from Frodsham, she's not from this area, she's from Cheshire, but she's not local, alright? So they have changed tack, and this is very, very deliberate because they know that the right flank is there now. Someone's on the right, they have to defend against it, and they can't assume anything. They can't assume the next election's theirs, or any election's there. I thought it was a masterstroke by Restore Britain for launching their political party during the Gorton and Denton by-election, because it sucked all of the oxygen away from Reform UK Online and to Restore Britain, and it had the effect of showing that they are vulnerable at the polls. They're not all powerful, they shouldn't be arrogant, and they were humbled, and rightly so. So this is one of the functions of Restore Britain, it's keeping Reform UK honest, and has given people a right of centre alternative if and when Reform UK goes tits up. Pardon the language. Now we're going to get on to the next video now. This next video is from Peter Barnes. He's actually a Restore Britain supporter, as I understand it, and he makes a eloquent point. I don't fully agree with it, but we'll get into it, but I'm going to play the clip now.
It's my home constituency, so I know a little bit about it. Swung 50% in the local elections. It is Reform peak territory, 97% white, working class.
Very similar to Runcorn and Helsby. This should be easy job. Easy job for Reform UK to take. It's as simple as that. If they didn't win this, there was something seriously wrong.
It has, it's built for them. Red wall, all this kind of stuff. They're not actually walking this like they should be. That's a huge problem.
And it's their own incompetence, arrogance, and assuming, like all the legacy parties, the cardinal sin. Who else are you going to vote for? What else is on offer? Of course you're going to vote for us. This is what the legacy parties have done for decades.
Because this kind of constituency is going to be one of many at the next general election. And if Andy Burnham wins there, and wins in Makerfield, he then gets all the benefits of incumbency, he gets to be the Prime Minister, all this kind of stuff. He's going to be unstoppable. So, they have a huge problem on their hands. And I don't think Reform have quite woken up to that fact yet. They all seem to think that a lot of this is Rupert Lowe's fault. It isn't. Rupert Lowe and Restore need to do one thing. Poll around about 5%.
They're not going to poll 5%. We are going to poll much higher than 5%. We are campaigning to win. There's every chance it could go to Restore Britain, which would be a political earthquake. All of the activists that were down in Great Yarmouth, many of them are going to Wigan, and it's going to be a heck of a fight. It's going to be a three-way fight. The parachuted in Andy Burnham, so Mayor of Manchester, or two legitimate right of centre candidates, alright? All to play for. I don't buy into the fact, or I don't buy into the theory that Restore Britain is just going to be a spoiler vote. I'm sorry, definitely not.
They do that, they prove Nigel Farage is not inevitable, that he has not consolidated the right, that he has not been able to actually hold the country. May 2026 proved one thing and one thing alone. Reform found their ceiling. It wasn't a victory night for them. They spent nearly £8 billion. The national equivalent vote share went down, not up.
I thought a good night for the local elections for Reform UK would be taking 2,000 seats. They fell well short of that. Why was that? Why was that? All the momentum in the UK was with Reform UK last year before Rupert Lowe was booted. That's just the reality of the situation.
They are further away from a Commons majority today than they were a year ago. That is not progress. This by-election is make or break for Reform UK. Much more than it ever is for Restore, because as we know, the expectation management is all over the place.
So we'll leave that there. We'll leave that one there. So you let me know, do you think that Reform UK would be pivoting so obviously?
Pivot! Pivot!
If Restore Britain wasn't a thing, if they hadn't lost the Gorton and Denton by-election, would they have given this local lad an opportunity to represent his constituents? Or would they have done the same thing that they did in Gorton and Denton, parachuting a talking head, or the same thing they did in my seat? I actually got a good MP. I'm not going to stop bragging about that, but she's a good MP. I'm just happy I've got a right of centre MP, I'm going to be honest. Or do you think it's something they would have naturally come to themselves? As I say, all opinions are valid. Do you think Restore Britain are going to be nothing more than a spoiler at this election? Comment, like and subscribe. Do all of that great gravy, and I'll see you in the next video. You have a good day.